Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in today's video, we are going to cover Infosys Aptitude questions and answer, and these questions are related to your mathematical ability questions, and practicing these questions will give you a very good upper hand on when you are going to attempt your Infosys assessments. Okay, so we are going to, in this one single video, we are going to take questions from different topics, so that by just practicing questions from one single video, you will get a practice of 5 to 6 or maybe 8 to 10 different topics. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. But before that, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing to the channel, as I regularly post these kinds of helpful videos for all of you on daily basis on my channel. Also guys, if you haven't checked the playlist Infosys Prep on my channel, make sure to check it, because there are other similar videos in this playlist which will be helpful for you. And guys, if you are finding this video helpful and want more preparation material related to Infosys, make sure to comment down in the comment section of this video, and I will post more videos related to that. So without wasting any time, let's get started with the first question. Let's read the question. The question says, seats of mathematics, physics and biology in a school are in the ratio 5:7:8. There is a proposal to increase the seats by 40%, 50% and 75% respectively. What will be the ratio of the increased seats? Okay, so we have to find out the ratio of the increased seats. So let us assume that let the number of seats be for maths 5x. Okay, based on the data that is given to us, I am taking that. For physics 7x, and then for next is biology, right? So biology 8x. Okay, so we have considered this in terms of x. Now what is the next thing that we will have to consider is that there is a proposal to increase these seats by 40%, 50% and 75%, and whenever this type of increment in the percentage is given to us, we will have to take it in this way. That is, for physics it will be what, 140% of what, 5x, right? Because see, previously it was like 100% we will consider, and then 40 more percent is increased, so that is why we will take 140% of what value, of the previous value, right? And then we have to find the ratio of these three increased values. So ratio sign I am putting here, and then what is for physics 7. Okay, previous one was 7x and the increment is 50% more, so we can write 150% of 7x. And in this way, for biology it is 75% increment, so I will write 175% of 8x. Okay, now let's solve this one to get the final ratio value. So 140% of 5x, we can write it in this way. Okay, and then 150% of 7x, and then 175% of 8x, right? See, now we just need to simplify these things. Okay, so let's solve it. See, it will get cancelled, and then this will get cancelled with 2 sevens are 6. Okay, so 2 sevens are 14, so 7x over here. Okay, here also let's solve it further. So it will get cancelled with this one, and further it will get is it any getting cancelled? 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15, 3 7s are 21 by 2x, and then this will also get cancelled with 5. So after final like calculation, it will be 14x. Okay, I'm directly writing. Now see, we have the ratio in this way, but we never write the ratio in this, we write it in the simplest form. What we will do first is, this 2 we will multiply on both sides. Okay, so we will take the LCM and then we will solve it. So this will be 14x. Okay, and since we are taking the LCM, this will get multiplied by 2, so this 2 and that 2 will get cancelled, so it will be 21x over here, and then this one will be 28x. Okay, and then denominator we do not need to write since we are finding the ratios. This x will get cancelled, and then this also are common, right? Like we can divide them all. So what I will do is, it will be these are the multiples of 7. Okay, so 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, and then 7 4s are 28. And we do not need to write x in K, because x is everywhere, so we can write 2:3:4. So the final answer for this question will be 2:3:4, which is option number A. So now moving on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question is, a sum of money at simple interest amounts to rupees 815 in 3 years and to rupees 854 in 4 years. The sum is what? See guys, we have the amount after 3 years, which is 850, and then the amount after 4 years, which is 854. So using this, we can calculate simple interest for 1 year, right? Because I'll tell you how we are calculating. Simple interest for 1 year will be what? 854 minus 815, right? Because see, after 3 years my amount is this, and in that some simple interest is getting added, because of which at the end of 4th year my amount will increase to 854. So when we subtract 854 minus 815, the amount that we will be getting is 39, and this is our simple interest for 1 year. Okay, now what we have to find? We have to find the sum. Now sum here is nothing but principal amount. Okay, so how we will calculate? Let's see. Initially we are told that the sum of money at simple interest amounts to rupees 815 in 3 years. So first of all, let me calculate simple interest for 3 years. Okay, so simple interest for 3 years I can simply calculate using 39 multiplied by 3, which is nothing but 170. Okay, so now I have the value of simple interest for 3 years. Now how simple interest usually like works is, like we have a like principal amount. Okay, in that then we add simple interest. Okay, it gives the actual total amount, you can say. So in this case we are asked to find principal amount, which we will find. Simple interest value we have already found out. Okay, and I am solving this for 3-year case. So for 3 years I have found out my simple interest value to be 117, and my total amount after adding simple interest is already given to me in the question, which is 815. So if I put this, I can easily find my principal value, which is going to be 815 minus 117, which is going to be 698. Okay, so 698 is going to be my principal value, which is option number C in this case. Okay, I hope you have understood it. It was a very simple question basically. Here we were given the data, okay, is scattered somewhere, so we have to find out the, like, simple interest for 1 year. First of all we have found out that, then we have calculated the simple interest for 3 years, and we have put that value in this thing to find out our principal value. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question, which is this one. Okay, let's understand and read the question first, and then we will solve it. The question says A, B and C can do a piece of work in 20, 30 and 60 days respectively. In how many days can A do the work if he is assisted by B and C on every 3rd day? Okay, so let's try to formulate what is given to us. Okay, so we are told that A, B and C, if they work together, like, can do a piece of work in 20, 30 and 60 days. Okay, which means this is the 1 day work of A, B and C. Okay, and we are asked that in how many days A can do the work if he is assisted by B and C on every 3rd day. So let's understand. So first of all, A's 2 days of work will be how much? Okay, see, A's 1 day of work is 1 by 20, right? Because it is told A's 1 day work, A can do the work in 20 days, B can do it in 30 days and C can do it in 60 days. Okay, so A's 1 day work is 1 by 20, in the same way as B's 1 day work is 1 by 30 and C's 1 day work is 1 by 60. So why we are finding out A's 2 days work? Because what is told is, in how many days can A do the work if he is assisted by B and C on every 3rd day. So for example, if we have 3 days, okay, in a row, so for 2 days regularly A is only doing the work, and on the 3rd day he is getting assisted by B. Okay, so if I have to tell if work done in 3 days, how they will complete the work in 3 days is work done by A in the initial 2 days, work done by A in 2 days. Okay, because it is told that he is getting the assistance from B and C on the 3rd day only, which means for the remaining first 2 days he is only doing the work. Okay, he or she, whatever. Okay, and on the 3rd day he is getting the help from B and C. So on 3rd day how they are doing the work? So on 3rd day we have to calculate work done by A, B and C all together. Okay, so A, B and C. Okay, now you have to understand that you, at this point, you do not have to just calculate B and C's 1 day value. Okay, because this is what the mistake many students do, that they will calculate it in this way. Okay, work done by A in initial 2 days and work done by B and C on in last 3rd day. Okay, in which is like 1 day. You don't have to do that, because it is told that he is getting assisted by B and C, which means on 3rd day also he is doing the work by himself, but on top of that he is getting the assistance from B and C. Okay, now I hope it is more than clear. So we are finding this portion now. Okay, this portion. So work done by A in 2 days, which is 1 by 20, which is the work done in 1 day multiplied by 2. So we will get, this will cut off, 1 by 10 will be the value that we will get. Now we have to find this portion also. So work done by A, B and C in one day. Okay, how we will calculate it? Very simple. We have all the values, which will be 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60. Okay, so when we will do the summation of all of these, we will have the LCM as 60. So 1 by 20 into 65 will do, it will be getting cut off by 3, and the similar way it will get cut off by 2 and then 1 divided by 60. 3 plus 2 plus 1 will be 6 by 60. When we will cancel it, it will be 1 by 10. So this value is 1 by 10, that value was 1 by 10. Okay, let's solve it and put it in this equation. So this is 1 by 10, we have already solved it. This is also 1 by 10. We get the value as 2 by 10, which is 1 by 5. Getting cancelled out. Why? Okay, 2 1s are 2 and 2 5s are 10. So now we have work done in 3 days is 1 by 5. So we can say it in this way also, right? That 1 by 5 is the work that is done in 3 days, right? That is what we have found out. Work done in 3 days is 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is the amount of work in 3 days, and what we were asked, we have to tell that in how many days can A do the work if he is assisted by B and C on every third day, which means that in this way, if they keep on continuing, in how many days the work can be done. Okay, if they continue to do it in this way, that first 2 days A will do, and then on the third day B and C will assist him. So in 3 days they have done 1 by 5 work. In the next 3 days they will do more 1 by 5 work. Okay, so we have to do this until we get the final work done completed. Now always the total work is what? Total work is, we already know, always the total work is 1, right? So in order to do one work, which means total work, they need how much days? 3 into 5. Okay, which is 3 into 5 days, which is how many days? 15 days. Okay, so the correct answer will be 15 days will be the total number of days that they will require in order to do total work. When I write one work, you don't have to understand, get confused. What is one work here? One work is like another way of saying total work. Okay, I have already explained you here that we represent total work using one work. Okay, so if you have to find out that in how many days they will do the complete work, it will be 15 days. So the correct answer for this question will be option number B, which is 15 days. I hope now you have completely got it, how you can solve it. Let's move on to the next question now. Okay, so we have this next question. Let's read the question first and then we will try to solve it. So the question says, a bird flying 400 km covers the first 100 km at the rate of 100 km per hour, then second 100 km at 200 km per hour, the third 100 km at the rate of 300 km per hour, and the last 100 km at the rate of 400 km per hour. Find the average speed of the bird. Again, we have the question based on average speed. Let's see how we will find out. So the formula for average speed that we have already seen just now is total distance upon total time. Okay, so our first goal is to find the value of total distance and the total time. So total distance is directly given to us in the question itself. Total distance is 400 km, right? So the total distance that the bird is covering is 400 km, but the 400 km that the bird is covering is in 4 different parts. Okay, at 4 different speed rates. So here we directly have the value of distance as 400 km, but time we cannot directly take it because it is not given to us in one go. So we have to calculate the time in 4 different parts. Okay, again, what is the formula for time? So speed is equals to distance upon time. So time will be distance upon speed. Okay, using this we will have 4 different time values. So time 1 will be what? See, the distance is 100 kilometers. Initially 100 kilometer is getting traveled, okay, at a rate of 100 kilometer per hour. So distance upon speed, which becomes 1 hour, right? Then time 2 is second 100 kilometers at a speed of 200 kilometer per hour, which becomes 100 divided by 200. 100 is the distance and 200 is the speed value. So it becomes 1 by 2 hour, or we can say it as half hour. Then next becomes time 3, which is 100 kilometer at the rate of 300 kilometer per hour. So 100 divided by 300, which becomes 1 by 3 hour. And then time 4 is what? 100 kilometer at a rate of 400 kilometer per hour. So 100 divided by 400, which becomes 1 by 4 hour. Okay, see, so we have got 4 time values. Now we have to calculate total time, right? So total time becomes what? Just adding all these 4 values that we have got, 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. solving all of this. So see, first I will solve these two and then we will solve further. So 1 plus 1 by 2 and we will get the LCM for both of these is 12. So 1 by 3 multiplied by 12, 3 will get cut off by 12 with 4 and 4 will get cut off by 12 with 3 divided by 12. Okay. Now further I will take the LCM for all these 3 which will be 12. So 12 plus this, when I multiply 12 here, it will be 2 6 are 12 and then 7 and whole divided by 12. So it will be 12 plus 6 is 18, 18 plus 7 is 25. So 25 by 12 hour is the total time that we have got. Now our question was to find the average speed. So average speed is total distance by total time. Total distance we have already found, like was given to us initially, which was 400, and total time that we have found out is 25 by 12. Now 25 by 12, how to solve this? 400 divided by 25 and that 12 will go up and get multiplied here. Okay, when we will solve it, like let's cut this with 5 5s are 25, 5 8s are 40 and then 0 and then 5, this will get cut off with 16. Okay, then we will have 16 multiplied by 12, which you will multiply, then you will get your answer as 192 kilometer per hour, because we are finding speed. Okay, so the final answer will be option number B, which is 192 kilometer per hour. So the answer for this question is 192 kilometer per hour. I hope you are getting how we are solving it. If you have any questions in any of the, like if you have any doubts in any of the question, please feel to put it in the comment section. I will explain you more over there. Let's now move on to the next question. So guys, this is the next question that we have. Let's read the question first and then we will be solving it. The question says, out of 17 applicants, there are 8 boys and 9 girls. 2 persons are to be selected. 2 persons are to be selected for the job. Find the probability that at least one of the selected person will be a girl. Now how we will solve this question? Let's understand. Okay, first of all, the event of selection of 2 people, in this case, how we will take it? Okay, we have to select 2 person, right? And we have to, what is the probability that we have to find that at least one of the selected person will be girl? So in different ways we can do the selection. Okay, see, out of 8 boys and 9 girls, one case can be first is a girl, right? First that we select is a girl. Okay, and then select second will be what? And in second, like out of selecting the second person, we select that second is a boy. Okay, second is a boy. Another case. Okay, so this is one case, or second case can be first is a boy, right? First is a boy and second that we select is a girl. Okay, second is a girl, and the third can be what? First is a girl, first is a girl and second is also a girl. Okay, now you might be thinking, why are we doing this third case? Because in the question what is told to us is find the probability that at least one of the selected person is a girl. See, in the first case, one girl. Okay, second boy, second case, first boy, second girl, and in third case also it is totally valid, because we can take 2 girls, because the condition that was given to us is that at least one girl should be there. Okay, in your selection, we cannot take this case that, you know, in the first one also we can select a boy, in the second also we can select a boy. We cannot do that, because at least in our selection there should be one girl. Okay, so based on this, now we will create the, you know, equation and then we will be solving it. See, first is a girl, so how we will select that? There are 17 applicants, and you know, out of 17, so I will put 17 in the denominator, and how many boys are there? 8 boys are there and 9 girls. So out of 9 girls I have to select one girl, so 9 by 17. Okay, and is this multiplication I am putting and second is a boy. Now already one girl we have selected out of 17, so out of total we have now only 16 left. Okay, so I am putting denominator as 16. Now second is a boy, so how out of 8 boys I have to select, so that is why I will put 8 over here. Okay, now or, which means plus, again we will create in the same way. First is a boy, so total 17 we had, and out of 8 boys I have to select, so 8 multiplied by 1 is already selected, so I will have now 16. So out of 9 girls I have to select 1, so 9 over here, plus first is a girl, so out of 17 total, out of 9 girls I have to select 1, so 9 by 17 multiplied by, again second is also a girl, so out of 16 I have to select, now out of 9 1 is already selected, so 8. Okay, so 8 by 16. Now we have to simplify this to get our final answer. See how we will solve it. 8 1s are 8, 8 2s are 16, so this will be 9 by 34 plus 8 2s are 16, 9 by 34 plus here also, plus 8 2s are 16, 9 by 34 here also. 9 by 34 we will add 3 times, we will be getting 27 by 34. Okay, so 27 by 34 we have got it, and let's see if we have that as option. Yes, we have option D as 27 by 34. So the correct answer for this question will be option number D, which is 27 by 34. I hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts related to this question, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. So guys, let's look at this question. The question is, from a group of 7 men and 6 women, 5 persons are to be selected to form a committee, so that at least 3 men are there on the committee. In how many ways can it be done? Okay, so guys, first of all, after reading the question, we have to understand that is this question needs to be solved using combination or permutation. So understand easily that whenever we have this type of question, that we need to select out of the given data, that is like, first of all, we are given the data of man and woman, and out of that we have to select it, right? So whenever selection is there, we will always do what? Combination. Okay, we will always apply combination. Okay, and in case of permutation, when that should be applied, so whenever like you have to rearrange, okay, rearrange a particular thing, then in that case we apply permutation. Okay, so now from the question itself it is very clear, since it is a selection based question, we are going to apply combination formula. Okay, what does the question says? First of all, the question says that there is a group of 7 men and 6 women, and for them we have to create, out of them we have to create a committee of how many people? 5 people. Okay, so a committee needs to be formed of 5 people, and in that one criteria is given to us that at least 3 men are there. Okay, now when I say at least 3 men, then what can be the different scenarios that can happen? See, one scenario can be 3 men will be there, so out of total 5, 3 are men, so remaining 2 will be what? Women, right? And then one other case can be at least 3, right? So more than 3 can also be there, so I am considering 4 men are there. So in that case, 1 woman will be there, right? One more case can be that all 5 men we are taking, right? So in that case there will be no women, so 0 women. Okay, so these 3 different cases can happen, or different combinations can happen, and we have to find out how many ways it can be done. So see, simply if we have reduced this logic, then it will be very easy to solve this question. Let's try to solve it. So we have 7 men, out of that first case is 3 men and 2 women. So how we will select 3 men out of 7 men? So it will be written in this way: 7C3. Okay, combinations multiplied by, out of 6 women we have to select 2 women. Okay, so 6C2. This is one case, plus second condition we will write. Okay, second case, 7 men and 4 men. Okay, so out of 7 men we have to select 4 men, so 7C4 multiplied by, out of 6 women 1 woman needs to be selected, so 6C1. Okay, now plus again, and in the third case it can be like 7 men, out of that we have to select 5 men. Okay, 7C5, and I'm not writing women's one because women's we are not choosing only. So yeah, in this way what we will do is simply we will solve this equation and we will finally get our answer. Let's try to solve it. How can this be solved? See, 7C3, okay, it can be written as 7 into 6 into 5 divided by 3 factorial, so 3 2 1. Okay, simply multiplied by 6C2, it can be written as 6 into 5 and 2 into 1, simple as that. Plus now 7C4 we can solve it, but I have in combinations there is this thing that NCR is equals to NCR is equals to NCN minus R. Okay, so when I say 7C4, this can also be equal to 7C 7 minus 4, which is 3. Okay, so we can write 7C4 as 7C3 also. Now you might be thinking, why am I doing this in the first place? Okay, I am just doing this to make my calculations easy. See, if I have to solve 7C4, what I have to do? 7 6 5 and 4, right? Now 4 factorial, 4 3 2 1, right? But on the other hand, if I have to do the calculation of 7C3, what I need to do? 7 6 5 3 2 1, right? So you can observe that the calculations becomes a little bit easy. So whenever if you have a calculation of a greater number, you can simplify it in this way. So 7C4 I'm going to write it as 7C3 multiplied by 6C1. I'm going to keep it as it is because 1 is there, so it will be easy for me to calculate. Again here in 7C5, 5 factorial will be too much to calculate, so what I will do, 7C 7 minus 5, which will be 2, so 7C2 I will do. Okay, now we have the more simplified equation. Now we will solve it further. So see, if you will solve this whole part, right, this first part, okay, what you will be getting is 525. Okay, Now plus, let's solve this portion. Okay, so 7C3 can be written as 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and this will be multiplied 6C1. 6C1 will be simply 6. Okay, plus 7C2, it can be written as 7 multiplied by 6, 2 multiplied by 1, divided by 2 multiplied by 1. Okay, further, so 525 as it is. Okay, and then this, okay, we will solve 3 to the 6, it will get cancelled. So 7 into 6 and then multiplied by 5. So 6 5s are 30, 30 into 7 is 210. So this middle portion becomes 210. This we will solve. 2 3s are 6, 7 3s are 20. Okay, so 21. So this will be our final like values that we will be getting. So 525 plus 210 plus 21 becomes what? 756. So the final answer that we will be getting is this one, option number D, which is 756. Okay, so I hope you understood how to solve this question. It was easy only. Basically, if you have solved it once and if you have understand the pattern, then it will be very easy for you to solve. Okay, so let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question, guys. But before looking at this question, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you are finding this video helpful, please give it a like. So guys, the question is, at what percent annual compound interest rate if a sum of rupees 1000 amounts to rupees 27,000 in 3 years? So what we need to find basically is the rate value, okay, compound interest rate. So we have to find rate value. Let's note down the data which is given to us. So the principal amount that is given to us is 1000. So it is told sum here, so don't get confused. Sum is principal only. So principal amount that I am given is 1000 and it amounts to rupees 27,000. So this is the amount value which is given to me. Okay. Now in 3 years, so this is the time value which is given to me, 3 years. Now I need to find the rate value. Okay. So R. So simply we can use amount formula in this case to find out our answer. So amount is equals to what? P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of n. Okay, now amount value we have is 27,000. P is the principal, which is 1000 in this case, and 1 plus rate is the one that we need to find out. So I will keep rate as R and then divide by 100, and then n is my 3. So now I will solve this equation to get my final answer. Okay, see, this will be 27,000 divided by 1000. This 1000 will come here in the denominator and this will get cancelled, and on this side we will be left with 1 plus R by 100 cube. Okay, see, this is 27. 27 can be written as 3 cube, right? And then here we have 1 plus R by 100 cube. So this and this can get cancelled. So we will be left with 3 equals to 1 plus R by 100, right? Then this can be further simplified. This 1 will go over there. So it will be 2 is equals to R by 100. So R will finally be 200, right? So the correct answer for this question will be, the rate value will be 200. So answer is option number C. I hope you have easily understood how to solve this question. So guys, most of the question will be in this manner only, that you have to use the formula, okay, of amount or either compound interest, and in that all the other things will be given to you and you need to find one thing which is missing. Okay, in this case it was rate that we need to find out. So now let's move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question states the ratio between the length and breadth of a rectangular park is 3:2. If a man is cycling along the boundary of the park at the speed of 12 km per hour, completes one round in 8 minutes, then the area of the park is what? Okay, so basically, let's first of all note down the data which is given to us. We are told that we have a rectangular park, okay, something like this. Okay, now we are given the ratio of length and breadth, which is 3:2. Okay, this is 3:2. So we can, from this we can note that length we can consider it to be 3x, and then breadth in the same way we can consider it as 2x, right? Because based on the ratio which is given to us. And it is told that the man is cycling along the boundary of the park at a speed. Okay, speed is given and he is completing the round in 8 minutes. Then we are asked to find the area of the park. Okay, so let's start with what is asked to us. So area of rectangular park will be what? Length into breadth, right? But here we have the length and breadth in terms of x. Okay, so we have to first of all find out the value of this x. What is that? Now to find out the value of x, we have some additional data which is given to us, which is speed and then time. So with speed and time, you can understand we have a formula which is speed equals to distance upon time, right? And now if the person is traveling, okay, on the edge of this rectangle, what does that mean? This is the distance, right? And this is the distance which is already given to us. Like, distance is not given to us, so we can write the formula in this way: distance is equals to speed into time. So I will find out the distance as speed into time. speed is given to me as 12 kilometer per hour and time is given to me as 8 minutes. Okay, but at this point you might be thinking that why are we even finding out the distance, what is the use of it? So see guys, the distance here is nothing but the perimeter. Okay, perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, perimeter of rectangle. So if we somehow find the distance value, we can put that in the perimeter formula of rectangle, and then we can find the values of length and breadth, which we will later on put it in the area formula. So let's do this step by step so that it will be easy. As a first step, you have to just like simplify this because it is given in kilometer per hour and we have the time in minutes. So let us convert kilometer per hour into meter per minute. Okay, so 12 kilometer will be 12,000 meters, right? And hour, so in 1 hour we have 60 minutes, and this 8 will remain as it is. When we will solve this 0 will get cancelled, and then we will be having 6 2s are 12 and then 2 zeros, so 8 2s are 16, and then 1600 will be the like distance that we will get. Now I told you distance is the perimeter only, nothing else but perimeter. So the formula for perimeter of rectangle is 2 into length plus breadth, right? So let's try to solve this now. So perimeter value we already have, which is the distance value, which is 1600, and then 2 into length is 3x, right? And breadth is 2x. Solving it further, 2 multiplied by 5x, which will be nothing but 10x, right? And this side it will be 1600. Solving it for x, 1600 divided by 10. So the value of x that we will get is 160. Now since we have the value of x as 160, we can easily find out the length. So length will be 3 into 160, right? Which will be 16 into 3 is 48. So it will be 480. And 2 into 160 will be 320. So we have now the values of length and breadth. We can easily calculate the area. I will substitute the values of length and breadth over here, which will be 480 into 320. When I will solve this, I will get the final value of area as 153600 meter square. So let's see if we have that option. Yes, option B is the correct one in this case, which is 15366600. So the correct answer for this question will be option number B. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question, guys. In this question, we have the question as a boat can travel with a speed of 13 km per hour in still water. The speed of the stream is 4 km per hour. Find the time taken by the boat to go 68 km downstream. So as a first step, let's note down all the data that is given to us. So the boat speed is given to us is 13 km per hour. Okay. And then we have the next data, which is speed of stream. So stream speed is given to us as 4 km per hour. Okay. Then find the time taken by the boat to go 68 km downwards. So basically we need to find time taken, and then distance is also given to us, which is 68 kilometers downwards. Okay, downstream. So now again we know that the formula for speed is what? Distance upon time. So time will be what? Distance upon speed. Okay, and which speed we will take in this case? Downstream, because it is given to us in the question itself. So as a first step, our duty is to find downstream speed. Now based on the given data, we can easily find downstream speed. So downstream speed will be what? Downstream speed is equals to downstream means adding. Okay, both the speeds will get add up. So boat speed plus stream speed. Boat speed is 13, stream speed is 4, which is going to be 17 km per hour. Okay, so now let's substitute this in the formula that we have. So distance that is given to us in the question is 68 kilometers, and then this speed that we have found, downstream speed that we have found is 17 km per hour. Now you need to just divide it. So 17 will get easily cut directly 4 times with 68. So because 17 fours are 68. Okay, so the final answer will be 4 hours. Okay, let's see if we have that option. Yes, option number C is 4 hours. So the correct answer for this question will be option C. If you have any doubts, feel free to put it in the comment section. Moving on to the next question. So guys, we have solved enough questions now in this video. I hope you found those explanations helpful, and if you did, please share your reviews in the comment section. Okay, so that I will get to know if you are liking these kinds of videos. I will bring more such videos in future. Okay, now is the time when you need to do 2 DIY questions. Now DIY stands for do it yourself. Now the answers of these questions I will not tell you. You need to solve it by yourself, and what you need to do is you need to write down the answers in the comment box. How you will write it? So we are going to have 2 DIY questions. You should have it in this way. Okay, like 1 and 2, and then your option. Like for example, if A is the option and then the option value. Okay, in this way you need to write your answers in the comment box. Let's read the two DIY question. This is DIY question number 1. The question is, a shopkeeper gives a 20% discount on a shirt price at 500. What is the final price after the discount? And we have the prices given to us as different options, like first option is 400 rupees, then option B is 500, 450, option C is 480 rupees, and option D is 420 rupees. So you need to find out what is the correct price after discount. Okay, let's move on to DIY question number 2. So this is our DIY question number 2. Okay, let's read this question. If 2000 is invested at a simple interest rate of 5% per annum for 3 years, what will be the total interest earned? And we are given different options, that is 250 rupees, 300 rupees, 350 and 400 rupees. So out of this you have to find out, calculate it and find out the final answer, and let me know the answers in the comment box. Hope you will solve it. If you have came so far in the video, I would request you, please spend like few more minutes and solve these questions and write it down in the comment box, because this is your journey, for your learning. Don't consider that the others are commenting, so why should I comment? So be honest with your preparation, I would say. Please comment down. Okay, so guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you do, please give it a like. If you have any more doubts, please drop them in the comment section. You can also join me on Telegram and follow me on Instagram as well. You can ask your queries over Instagram DM too. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss on any of the important updates or notification whenever I upload a new video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.